Sivivon, Sof, 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 Hanukkah hu Chag Tov. Sorry about blocking the view of the letters. So we know that one of the most enjoyable activities during Hanukkah is the playing of Dreidel, playing Dreidel. It's a lot of fun. Most of us have no idea about the origins of the Dreidel. I can tell you one thing for sure. When the Maccabees purified the temple, they were not thinking about playing the game of Dreidel. Actually, the game of Dreidel might have originated in various places. We know, for example, that in England and Ireland, there was a game called Totem, and it actually was popular during Christmas time. And eventually, that game evolved into something which focused on 4 letters, and if you landed on one, if the toy landed on one of those letters, you would follow instructions. Either you would take something out or you would put something in. There was also a form of this game in Germany, and the Yiddish name for that game was Dreidel. So one of the names was Dreidel. So that's how we have the name Dreidel. When Israel was established as a nation, and Hebrew, even beforehand, was revived as a spoken language, the Dreidel was given the name Sivivon. Sivivon has to do with turning around. So we call the Dreidel in Hebrew Sivivon. So that's a term that I like to use and gives us a little bit of an idea of where it came. But one thing that's really, I think, very comforting is the universal aspect of this game. We embrace traditions from other cultures, and here is one primary example of embracing a fun tradition, which we refer to as Dreidel or Sivivon. And we've incorporated this custom into the celebration of Hanukkah. And it's always so fascinating learning how different cultures can take a similar tradition, a similar practice, similar activity, and can adapt it to its own indigenous circumstance. Create a game based on the culture of that country. And so this is what Sivivon is about. For us, it's about 4 letters. The Nun, the Gimel, the Hey, and the Shin there in yellow. It's hard to see on this dreidel. I thought it was a big dreidel. It would be worth using. And those 4 letters, Nun, Gimel, Hey, and Shin, stand for the Hebrew words Nes Gadol Haya Sham. A great miracle happened there, referring to the miracle of Hanukkah. In Israel, of course, there is a slight alteration because the miracle of Hanukkah happened in Israel. So rather than saying Nes Gadol Haya Sham with a shin, they say Nes Gadol Haya Po. A great miracle happened here. So aside from that distinction, the dreidel is a game that we all love to play, all ages. It doesn't matter who we are, and it really doesn't matter the origins. What matters most is it is an opportunity for us to further emphasize the miracle of Hanukkah. When our children play this game, it reinforces this idea of a miracle and enables us to celebrate Hanukkah with so much joy. Now, as many of you know, the procedure for this game is as follows, and it all depends on what you decide you will have in the center pot. Sometimes you'll have, we're not high rollers here, so pennies, small coins, or some candy, or some other kind of object, something yummy that children might like, or something maybe a little healthy but small and some kind of food that you can distribute, but mostly it should be something that's fun. So let's stick with the sweets, whatever the sweet may be. And the idea is each person takes a turn spinning the dreidel, and if the dreidel lands on nun, the spinner does nothing. If it lands on gimel, you take everything from the center, and then you determine how much everyone will put back to start a new game or to continue the game. Hey, you take half, and shin, you put in half. There are a lot of variations of this game. That's the basic one, and it enables us to play for a while and have lots of fun. So again, the Sivivon, adapted from other cultures, is one of the highlights of our Hanukkah celebration. I hope this Hanukkah, as you light the Chanukiah and you have latkes and maybe a few presents, you also have an opportunity to play Sivivon. And for those of us who cannot be with our children and grandchildren, and if we are fortunate to have great-grandchildren, by phone or by remote Zoom or some other platform, take the time, just a few minutes, to be able to play remotely. It may not be the same thing, but it will be fun nonetheless as we celebrate and publicize this great miracle of Hanukkah. So, Chag Orim Sameach. Happy Hanukkah.